Hey, nigga, throw the game, throw the game, throw the game.
So before we get started on the video, I just want to let you guys know that I had already made this video, but for some reason I just wasn't in the right headspace. And so I was kind of rushing through it, trying to get through it and everything. And I wasn't really happy with the quality of the video. So I decided to just take a break, get my mind right, rest up a little bit, and go ahead and cut this video because this is a very interesting video. Okay, it's going to piggyback off of the last video with the red team and the blue team. Okay, so y'all remember that in San Diego, how I ran into the red team and almost didn't go home. Okay, so this is the red team, blue team conflict that happened at Horton Plaza. Okay, so this Horton Plaza is located in San Diego, just by the way. And before I even get started with that portion of the story, I want to go back and say that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 more episodes of my first stay in San Diego. And then I'm going to shift over to my Ready for All travel page because I am a travel agent and I'm about to be ready to go on vacation. So I want to update everybody on the travel side. So if you're liking these videos and sharing these videos, because the analytics show that you guys are watching the videos, and I greatly appreciate that, switch over to Ready for All travel. It's ready. I'm going to leave a link in the thumbnail below, but it's Ready, the number 4, All travel. Okay, Ready for All travel. And you can YouTube and watch those videos over there. All right, so with that being said, getting back to the Horton Plaza situation. So I have been in San Diego for a couple of weeks now, and I'm really getting accustomed to it. I'm hanging out with my guys and everything. We're having a good time. We're, hopping the trolley, which let me explain to you about hopping the trolley. Now, if you're from San Diego, you pretty much, especially during this era, what I'm talking about, if you're from San Diego, you know all about hopping the trolley. If you're from New York, you know about hopping the train. Okay, so it's just like it says. Yes, did we have the money to get on the train, the trolley? Yes, we did. We're young. Everybody else is doing it. Yeah, everybody else is doing it. We're going to do it too. Okay, so hopping the trolley is just that. What happens is you put your money in the little booth and they give you a ticket to get on because they want to know where you're getting on, where you're getting off, and then they charge you for that distance. Okay, I don't know how it is today, but that's how it was back then. They would charge you for that distance. So to go from 32nd Street to Horton Plaza, which was probably about 6 or 7 stops down, they would charge you a fare. Okay, I don't know what it was. That's not the story. That's not the point. The point is that we hopped the trolley. Now, hopping the trolley was very touching because if you get caught by the police, you're going to get a ticket. You're going to get a fine. Okay, depending on how many fines you get, you're liable to go spend the night downtown San Diego. That's jail for anybody else that don't understand that, okay? So hopping the trolley was exhilarating. It was exciting. But at the same time, there's a little bit of fear. I guess that's the best way to say it. So what you do is you hop the trolley, get on. So when you get on the trolley, this is what the police used to do. Okay, so they would wait to the last second. Like sometimes they would get on, sometimes they won't get on. Okay, so if you hop the trolley and jumped on and the police don't get on during that time frame, then you're fine. You relax, you're hanging out, you're good to go, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but what they like to do is they like to wait to the last second and then hop on and then start checking for these tokens. It's like a token coupon or whatever to see if you actually paid to get on the trolley. All right? You could tell the people that hadn't paid. It's real easy because as soon as they get on, you see people scurrying to the exit side because, you know, you got a front end where you get on and you got a back end where you can get on and off as well. And you can see people making their way or trying to be inconspicuous and slowly slide towards their back so they can get off, okay? So this particular time, we hopped the trolley, we got on, and we're heading down to Horton Plaza. On our way down, nope, the police didn't get on. So we thought that we was in the clear. Well, lo and behold, 2 stops down is when they got on and they started checking tickets. Okay, so we're, like I said, we're probably about 4 more stops away from Horton Plaza. When we get, as he's coming down the aisle to check, he gets like maybe 2 seats in front of me, and the person there didn't have a ticket. I mean, I hate to say thank goodness, but pretty much thank goodness, because I sure didn't have a ticket, okay? So when he checked the ticket, the guy was like, the policeman was like, hey, this is not valid. You know, he had an old ticket, basically held on to it, and, you know, they try to present that like, you know, hey, let me slide that on up in there for you. Okay, so with that being said, he got on the walkie-talkie. That I guess the guy had several offenses. And so when he hopped on the mic, you know, he was telling you guys meet me at the next stop. We got one, basically. So when that happened, you could have seen everybody behind him that didn't have a ticket. Boy, we scurried up off there right along with him because we didn't, you know, want to get caught, okay, because there's more police. So what I did was I said, you know what, I ain't going to take that chance. I went on ahead and paid and you know, paid my little whatever it was, $1.50, whatever, and went ahead and got me a ticket. All right. So when the next train came down, the next trolley came down, I hopped on it and continued on down to Horton Plaza. So the plan was when we got to Horton Plaza, remember, the red team had gave us update saying that we need to change our tire. So obviously we wasn't making big bucks back then. So you have to buy little bits and pieces here, bits and pieces there. So we wanted to go downtown to Horton Plaza and see what the locals was wearing and start, because we was purchasing from the exchange at the time, just like in the previous video. So we wanted to go down to Horton Plaza and actually go to a mall and purchase from the mall. Hey guys, are you tired of that same old vacation? Well, let Ready for All Travel level it up a bit. I'm Richard, your personal travel agent, and I specialize in unforgettable Carnival and Royal Caribbean cruises. I became a travel agent because of the amazing experiences I've had exploring the world. And now I want you to feel the same joy, excitement, and peace of mind every time you travel. I once had a client tell me that they didn't need my help planning their own dream vacation. They were just going to wing it. They spent thousands of dollars, and when they got home, they told me it was a disaster. Poor scheduling, missed experiences, and unnecessary stress. They said they wish they had booked with me. Don't let that be you. From cruises to hotels, theme parks to full vacation packages, I got you covered. As your travel agent, I will find the best deals and take care of every detail. So all you have to do is show up and enjoy. Visit readyforalltravel.com, call or text me at 984-400-8020, or email me at info@readyforalltravel.com. Let's plan something unforgettable together. Again, that's readyforalltravel.com at 984-400-8020. A venture awaits. Let's make it unforgettable with Ready for All Travel. And as always, may your path be clear, your sails steady, and your adventures extraordinary. From all of us at Ready for All Travel, cheers. Like I was saying, so we wanted to go down to Horton Plaza and purchase some clothes from the mall and everything. So let me give you a description of what Horton Plaza is like. I mean, we've been there several times, but at this time, this was our very first time. So I didn't really get a chance to explore the mall because it's going to lead into what happened when we got there. So let me give you an outlay of what Horton Plaza looked like. Horton Plaza is more like a strip mall, but it's an actual mall that's open in the middle. So when you walk into the mall, and all of the stores are on the outside edges, and in the middle was like a pavilion type deal, like trees and flowers and stuff like that, but it was open to the sun, so natural sunlight would shine in. And I think they had 2 levels, if I'm not mistaken, but it was an open mall. So like I say, just imagine a strip mall, but in a circle like that, okay? And all the stores was all around the edges, if that makes sense to you guys. So we're on the trolley heading to Horton Plaza. As we're pulling into the stop to get off at Horton Plaza, now I had since been to Horton Plaza, so I knew how congested or lack thereof it could be, especially on a weekend. This was on a Saturday, and it was packed, okay? So when we got off, I noticed that there was a lot of color. And what I mean by color, I'm talking about red, blue. Okay, so before you get to the mall, they had like a little park area that, like the train station, the trolley pulls up here, you get off the trolley, and then you cut through this little, like a little park. I don't remember the name of the park. If you guys know the name of that park, leave it down in the comment section. And because I'm drawing a blank on it, but you had to walk through the park to actually get to the plaza. All right. So when I got off the trolley, I'm looking for, this is my first time, so I don't know exactly where it's looking. So I'm looking, I said, okay, there it is. So I'm walking through this little park area. It's not big, it's like medium-sized park area. So I'm walking through there, and I noticed on this side, there was a lot of red team members. I remember because I was just involved a couple of weeks back, so I knew what they looked like, okay? And I was like, oh, let me, step on, let me keep it moving, right? And then as I'm walking down, I kind of look a little off to my left, and I'm starting to see people that's dressed in blue. Now, I'm in neutral colors. Like I said, I learned my lesson. I'm in neutral colors. Like I was saying, I learned my lesson, so I was in neutral colors. So as I'm walking, I'm literally walking through them, and they got music playing a little bit, but I could see it was a lot of tension in the air. It was thick, like, it was some evil intentions about to go down from what I figured, And so like I say, the tension was there. It was crazy thick with tension. So I was like, you know what? Let me just keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. And then out of the distance, I heard Mayberry. Mayberry. I was like, Mayberry? Who's Mayberry? Mayberry. Then it clicked. I said, oh man, I know who that is. So I looked to my right, and I see him way off in the distance. He's waving, like trying to flag me over. Come here, come here, come here. I was like, no, I got to go. And he's like, come here. No, I got to go. So, like I said before, there was a lot of tension, and I'm seeing blue rags and stuff, and I'm seeing red rags. I'm like, man, this don't mesh. I done seen the news. I know what's going on. So as I'm approaching Horton Plaza, you hear, oh man. And when I turned around, it was like a panoramic view of them two classes. It was just like you would see like the north and the south. Well, they hit that boom, and you hear cat 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 cat. I mean, and people hollering and screaming, and people running around, and it was just insane. It was crazy going on. I was like, oh Lord. So now I'm trying to get my little. So now I'm ducking and dodging, trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I double back around and I'm trying to get up in one of these stores or something, right? So as I'm running down through Horton Plaza with the chaos, you should have seen it was like a high school fire drill. They were closing up shop and turning off lights, and they were shutting it down. Like they have rehearsed this several times. Like this ain't nothing new. Let's shut it down. And that's what they were doing. So what I did was I ducked around this big giant tree. And I was like, let me get behind this tree and let me see what's going on. So as they, popping off, you start to hear helicopters coming. You starting to see the police, San Diego, I don't know what it is, San Diego Police Department, whatever, sheriff. So you see them coming riding up in there hard and heavy. You see the helicopters overhead. You starting to see a lot of stuff going on, right? So I'm like, oh man, this is tripping. So I'm like, oh man. So I looked over to my right, and if I'm not mistaken, that San Diego State University, the Aztecs, is like right off in the distance. I said, you know what? I'm taking my butt over there. So I hauled butt. Now, mind you, this is back in the day. I was in shape. I could run and jump and all of that. I used to play basketball and stuff. So I hauled butt over there, man, and I ducked onto campus. I said, because this is an open campus, so this is before 9/11, all this terrorism and all the stuff that's going on, all the craziness that's going on with these people. I'm just going to leave it at that. I could go on campus. And I was young, so I looked like I was a student. So I slid up on the campus, and I was like, okay, I don't know what the heck is going on. But by this time, like I said, all the melee is behind me. And it's time for me to get back to the base. So I get on campus, and I walk through the campus onto the back side of the campus. Now, when I get to the back side of the campus, the trolley station is over there also, which I didn't know at the time. I figured that out, and I said, you know what? I'm getting my butt on here. I don't give a doggone where it's going, but I'm getting away from here. So I waited for the train to come through. I hopped on that bad boy. You can see people that was not involved. You can see people that was around there on the trolley, sweating and huffing and puffing and tired and clutching their pearls, and all that stuff was going on. And I hopped on. I ain't had no ticket. I was like, damn, a ticket. I had to get the heck up out of here. And so luckily that it was heading back towards 32nd Street. So I ride the trolley away from there all the way back, man. And now people like that nervous laughter, and they like, man, that was crazy, man. Why they do? And they looking at me, asking me, why did they do things like that? Why? I'm from North Carolina. I want to know the same questions. Why? Leave a comment down below if you can figure out why they fighting over. Like I was saying, leave a comment below and tell me why they fighting on, like Ice Cube said, fighting over streets you ain't never even heard of. You fighting over territory that you don't own. So I don't get it. I don't understand it. I never did, never would. I've never understood. And now, mind you, if you're a part of that association and you live that lifestyle, then good for you, because I was in the organization as well, and they won't that much better, but at the same time, it won't, I just leave it there, okay? But with that being said, it's wild, I could never join an organization like that, even though I joined this organization. I could never join an organization like that for the simple fact that, yes, here you taking orders, but here they're training you to be a leader in society, okay? There, it's only two places, and we already know, we've heard it 1,000 times. So you're basically a minion, in my opinion, and you're not really. It's nothing that's gonna help you in the future. There's no leadership skills to be learned there, as far as I'm concerned. So if you're part of those organizations and you want to do something different in life, I suggest you go ahead and slide up out of there, as best as possible. Or if you're a card-carrying member, be all that you can be, I guess. I mean, hey, I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm just saying, do what you got to do. So like I said, if you're part of that organization and you want to make that your career, then do what you got to do. Because like I said before, it won't for me. It's not for my kids, but hey, it is what it is, was what it was, and I guess it's going to be what it's going to be. Do you, I'm going to do me. That's my PSA on that. All right? So with that being said, I hopped off the trolley when I got to the base, got back on the base and everything, and I made my way back down to the barracks. When I get back down to the barracks, my guys was like, hey man, where you been? I said, I went to the mall to try to grab some stuff and everything like that. And they was like, did you see what's going on in the news? I was like, yeah, I was there. I saw all of that, you know, and what's going on. And they was talking about people were hurt, people were shot, a lot of injuries, and the police was there rounding up people. Now, mind you, this is in the 90s, okay? I can't tell you all of the organizations that was out there during that time. I can't tell you all of the organizations that's out there today. I can only tell you about the two that I seen at that particular time. That was the red team and the blue team. Now I know they got, you know, the I don't know the correct way of saying it, so I'm just gonna say it my way. The Mexicans, they probably, you know, they MS-13s and the SA, they got all of that down there too. So, but at that time, moment, I didn't see them. Okay, all I saw was the red and the blue team, because like I said, I was really trying to go get me some clothes, and I ended up seeing a confrontation, or, you know, a battle of the best, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it. But like I say, this is the second video of the 4-part series. Like I say, there was so much stuff that happened in San Diego. This is my first trip, because like I say, there's several times I was back in San Diego and California in general, but this is just the second one. So leave a like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video and everything. And like I say, I got 2 more. The next video, I'm gonna tell you right now, I already know it's gonna be very, very controversial, okay? But I got to tell it, because I seen it, and it's something that's going to, you know, it might piss a lot of people off. It might, you know, the megas and all of this stuff like that, and the Mexicans. Like I said, it's California. But I have to tell it, okay? It's very, very controversial. So like I said before, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely, I was checking out the analytics, and it showed that you guys enjoyed the last video about San Diego. And I think this is gonna be a kind of short one, but at the same time, it's something that transpired that I thought was important to share. Because I gotta say, there's so many more stories to tell about San Diego, but like I said, this is my first experience. And then the 4th one, I'm saving the best for last. I am saving the best for last, and I'm gonna tell you right now, if you got a weak stomach and squeamish, tune in anyway, but I'm just giving you a forewarning. The next video is very controversial. The 4th installment is going to be very entertaining, funny, scary, and nasty. That's the only way I can say it. It's gonna be it's gonna be nasty. Real nasty. It's gonna be worse. Remember, if you watch the video on my way to California, and I had the boo-boo, remember I had the boo-boo, and I held it for 4 or 5 days, it's gonna be worse than that. But anyway, like I said before, that was the red and blue confrontation that I encountered at Horton Plaza. And like I say, it was scary, but luckily I was able to get away from it. And I'm gonna edit this video, I'm gonna fix this video, I'm gonna take a look at my fish, guys. You know, they probably don't wanna, you know, show themselves. There they go. They doing their thing. I wanted to switch up the area, you know, and I'm going to go on location on certain spots in certain areas and just switch it up from time to time. But like I said before, these next 2 videos that's coming up is going to be very, very entertaining. All right. So that's the end of this story. And as always, you guys know it's A-Train. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you think about this video. If it was whack, tell me it was whack. You know, if you enjoyed it, let me know you guys enjoyed it. But like I said before, stay tuned. The next 2 is gonna be off the hook. I'm gaining traction. I'm getting more comfortable behind the camera. I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing now. I'm bringing back that energy, that excitement. My body as well, my mind as well. I'm remembering all of this stuff. I got it, guys. I'm bringing it to you guys. It's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be entertaining. So stay tuned. And not out.
Rank on my sleeve, but it goes unseen. I was young, I was raw, now I walk like a king. I'm the story they ain't telling in the promo vid. I'm the truth from the hole that they tried to rid. honor, courage, commitment is what I gave. Through every storm I hit, I stood strong and brave. Now I spit what I live without the fame. This ain't for clout, it's the A-Train name. Salute up, this one's for the vets. Respect the journey, never forget. A-Train out, dump two, A-Side. Salute up, this that life they don't show. From the fleet to the streets, yeah we grind and we grow. Honor in my heart, courage in my flame. It's all in the scars, not just the name. Salute up, this that life they don't show. From the fleet to the streets, yeah we grind and we grow. Honor in my heart, courage in my flame. It's all in the scars.